It's a coffee night. Greetings, everyone. Technically, it's always a coffee night. I hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome to the Thursday night live stream. I'm sorry, but I'm brain fried. Lurking in the darkness, probably stuffing his face, is Mr. TTFT Cuts. Hi, Cuts.
I'm good. I'm done. I finished eating. Take that.
You're a fast eater.
Only a bag of crisps, to be fair.
Still,
Sorry,
man.
chips.
Chips. Still, though, it seems like several instances where you've gone to get legit food and you're done within 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, but this is like more a snack than anything because I've already had dinner. Like, how long ago? What would that be? Like 8 hours ago now.
That's a good point. Yes. Time zones are horrible. I hope everybody's having a good time. Welcome to the Thursday Night Try Stream. We are broadcasting live on YouTube, on Beam, and I think on Twitch. Twitch is kind of borked right now. It seems like they're either having a network problem or their chat servers are down. One of the two. It looks like I'm streaming, but I can't get a preview window to work, and chat servers are dead. Gonzo. So, like the MCP, says Mr. John Wary. Yeah. We've got, a whole bunch of people here. Wirewolf and Donny Mims and Mallrat seem to be holding down the fort over on the Beam side of things. We've got John Wary, Dragon Racer, Eridani, Tribal. Oh gosh. Taz A is here. All sorts of folks. Yes, there will be more voice cameos. As soon as I can unknot the server. The task that I have been dealing with for the past week and a half. It's the reason, really, it started before Christmas, but it got bad a week and a half ago. It is the primary reason why I have an erratic video schedule. It's a primary reason why I'm not doing more impulse live streams, or you don't see me active a lot on Twitter, or at least not as much as I used to be, is because most of my day is devoted towards decrypting the inner workings of Minecraft and trying to figure out why modded Minecraft is so busted. So, we have a critical problem, and I do stress critical problem on the actual VC4 server, the server that runs life in the buffer. That server can't stay alive for more than about probably 35 to 40 minutes with any player on it. As soon as a player steps on it, even if they log off of it immediately, a death spiral gets kicked off. A memory issue compounds within about 5 to 10 minutes, and the server eats its own brain. Literally corrupts the world, and we have to completely restore. So we can't record on it right now. Whole series is on hold, and nobody knows what's going on.
So that's what's happening now? It got worse while I was busy today?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh boy.
Hang on a sec, I just realized something. Dragon Racer, say something. There we go. Never mind. Fixed it. Okay, so the server is down. I have builders. 2 of them are in chat right now, Mr. Dragon Racer and Eridani Tribal. They can't work because I can't keep the server up. If I do keep the server up, odds are, if it is unattended for more than 10 minutes ago, the entire world will corrupt and all progress is lost. So I have one snapshot from about a week ago. Nobody's been able to do any progress since. That's it. And nobody knows what's going on. Even the mighty Forge team is involved in the situation. The best brains within ForgeCraft are looking into it. By the way, this is where I need to say, first of all, thank you very much, Lex Manos. I know you have better things to do with your time. And a big, big thank you to Atomic Blom. I really do appreciate all that he has actually done for us on the Grimco crew. Quite a few parts of Season 4 wouldn't exist without him. So everybody be nice to Atomic Blom. Thank you, Wirewolf, for the host. I appreciate it. Hey, Brad, what's going on? Hey, George Nass. George Nass.
Looks like Twitch is broken.
Oh yeah, Twitch is very broken. Twitch is undergoing some server problems right now, and their network is hosed. George Nass, in comparison, when you're talking about the YouTube sub box has been broken, welcome to 2016. Actually, welcome to 2015.
17 now.
Yeah. That's been a problem. There is no fixing it, and there is no complaining about it. There is only YouTube. Welcome to the fun. Yeah.
Just for the record, I can build. It just isn't on the LP server.
Yeah. So, the test server's got a whole different set of problems that are almost as bad. I'm actually going to swap to game footage real quick. The test server has almost as many problems that are totally different problems, but the LP server problems are so critical right now that that's been the focus of my existence. I have spent the better part of yesterday and today staring at server consoles and FTP windows and testing, downloading, uploading, retesting, figuring out, taking memory snapshots, sending them over to the guys at Forge, waiting for answers, talking about the problem. That's it. I have no other productivity. My life is at a standstill until this problem gets solved. Otherwise, Season 4 is dead. So, Happy New Year, everyone. Yay. Yeah. Hey. What's going on, Manny Suzuki? I am clueless as to what I'm going to be doing this evening. Mr. Cutts, did you have a plan?
I'm just filling out the recipe roster, like you said to before.
Oh, right.
I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, but I'm getting the bits ready.
I'm tempted to go clear out more space in the basement. That's one thing I need to do is go fix the tree farm. Where's... Hello? Oh, there it is. Okay, weird. It's like, where did our axe go? Yeah. My life has been a bit of a hectic mess pretty much since Christmas. This problem started up, and it has been going on a steady pace until suddenly, about a week and a half ago, things got really bad really fast, and we're still figuring out why. But the big problem is the severity of the issue. It is... I love this spell. It's so useful. It's bad. And we don't even know what the actual issue is. So, yeah. It's awesome. Right, I forgot it only goes up 10 blocks. Whoopsie. Wow, okay. I'm out of energy. I need to pay attention, apparently. Here comes Nightfall. So all the builds are lost in the buffer? You're lagging? What do you mean I'm lagging? Looks okay on my end. There is no unbreaking anymore as far as I know, Mr. Brad. Or at least there's no unbreaking on this. Is there?
Yeah, the reinforcements, that's what they're for.
That's not unbreaking. I mean, it's not
Pretty sure
literally.
it does.
It's not literally unbreaking. I thought it was just really, really, really high durability.
No, it's like the unbreaking enchant.
No, once upon a time, there was actually something called an unbreaking tool in Tinker's Construct in the older versions.
Yeah, that was if you could get the unbreaking enchant, so to speak, to 10, it would become unbreakable.
Yeah. You cannot literally make it unbreakable anymore.
No, I mean, it's theoretically possible, but there's not enough modifiers.
Right.
I think it still works if there are enough modifiers on a tool, but
That's
yeah,
the problem.
nothing we have can have that many.
Yeah, that's the problem. We can't get that many modifiers anymore, I don't think. So yes, we could get a really, really, really high durability one. Yeah, that is a thing. Okay, let's park over here real quick. I'm going to put that on that. We'll go back to this. I guess I need to update the instance of BC4 on my local server and break it. Yeah, John Wary Callie is actually working on the problem. We do actually have a lot of great minds working on this issue. Lex Manos from Forge, Team Forge. He has way better things and way bigger problems to solve than mine. But based upon the fact that there are other people complaining about similar phantom issues and nobody really knows what mod is causing it or what the root of the cause is, it is warranting enough of an investigation to see if it's something that could be striking other people on a widespread issue.
See if it's something more systemic.
Yeah, nobody knows. Right now, we know what is causing we know what the problem is. We don't know what's causing it, if that makes any sense. We have figured out where the problem is actually occurring. We just don't know what is causing that event to happen that is making the problem.
I wonder if it's something like a chunk loading cascade.
Papermatic with 5 reinforced plates makes the tool unbreaking. Yeah, it gives it unbreaking.
Oh,
it's not unbreaking.
that's a thing. That each plate might do 2 ranks.
Does it?
Now, because it's more expensive. I don't know. I heard something about that, but I'm not sure.
Back when we started the server on 194, I think it was Soren that was complaining that it was impossible to make a totally unbreakable tool anymore. And Boney was the one that said, yeah, that's intended or something.
Worth checking just in case to see if it does 2, because if it does 2, then you could get 10 theoretically with the 5 modifiers.
Yeah, that is literally all I remember about this conversation. I'm looking.
And stuff has changed quite significantly since then, I guess.
Yeah. There's a possibility that it could have been overhauled. I could have outdated information again, but we'll see. It's unbreakable with a paper tool, which will have 5 modifiers. Useless for players, great for machines. Is it useless for players because it's so slow, or what?
Yes. Yeah, because the paper tools themselves have useless stats. The only thing of good about it is it is a tool which fits the bill and is unbreakable.
Right. But that's only going to work, as you said, if those reinforced plates actually give +2 each, not +1 each.
They may. They're a lot more expensive than it used to be.
Okay. Well, if you feel so inclined, but otherwise, I basically only have to use a little bit of cobblestone on our lumber axe once a week. That's not that big a deal. I'm fine with what we got.
Worth finding out, I think. Worth a bit of experimentation.
For future endeavors, I 100% agree. The last update we had here on ForgeCraft One was, I want to say, December 22nd, before Christmas. And that was only an update for a couple of critical mods. That was not an update of everything. We are way behind on builds for AE2, for Ender.io. Sheer Madness actually has a memory leak in our version. It's awesome. Chisel has a memory leak in the version we have. I think. It's either a memory leak or a frame rate, something. I can't remember which one it is. Anyway, things are messed up, yo.
Everything's broken.
Pretty much. Yes, I basically, John Wary, we can't do voice cameos until people can actually record. But I guarantee you the next batch of recordings that go out after this week, basically once we get the server fixed and people can record again, I guarantee you there will actually be more Master Computer fun. Callie will be back. She is not gone for good. We have a lot of problems we have to fix before we can get back to that point. I am so tempted. I tell you what, we've got this ugly gravel reef. Why is there? Oh yeah, I made a snowman here once. I am so tempted to swap this out for sand and just make a fishing hut.
Sure.
I legit am. I really am.
At this point, if it's the place I'm seeing you looking at, it'll catch the apples.
Ooh, what?
The magical apples that keep hitting the door.
Oh, I broke the pickers and put them back in the system. We shouldn't have those anymore. The automated apple farm has been pulled.
I think that's one of the biggest mysteries of this iteration of ForgeCraft. Like, where the heck do the apples, or how do they keep flying across?
Yeah, the flying apples is kind of a weird thing. Let's see. Nope. Yep, that's what I want. Okay. Nope. Crap. There is actually a toggle for some of the more recent versions of Ender.io. There's a toggle key for the magnet. Let me see if it's somewhere else, though, maybe. Maybe? I don't know. Actually, it doesn't matter. I have that. Okay. I'm going to be silly this episode. Because my brain is shot. No Botania, no roots.
Oh, hey, I was just going to come and get some of them for paper.
Hang on a sec. There's a stack.
Thank you.
Do. Okay, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of sand. Not sad. I have enough sad as it stands. Let's get some sand.
It's good as the snad on Sky Factory.
Snad. Yeah, so ForgeCraft 2 has wound up. It is being used. And it is running Sky Factory 3, and it is littered with ForgeCrafters. Okay. Malrat28 says, oh, hey, what's going on, Hanzi Malrat28 says, I'm actually playing Sky Factory 3 right now. Yeah, Sky Factory 3 has been extremely popular. It was apparently the kick in the pants a lot of ForgeCrafters needed to get interested in, well, anything again, I guess. So the Sky Factory 3 server is busy. And I 100% guarantee you that it will be dead as a doornail in 2 weeks, but that's not the point. The point is people are having fun. They're enjoying the pack. They're generally just, enjoying things. But what it also means is if me and Mr. Cuts break the server tonight, we can't restart it. For logistical reasons. So, yeah, that's a problem. It's a very big problem. Okay. Actually, yes. Yeah. Thank you. The copy berry is here. Let's do a little bit. Still think gravel's super ugly for beaches, but whatever.
The letter limit is one short for what I wanted to call this thing.
Your face. What were you gonna call it?
Oh, that's half the fun. You'll have to see the alternative, which is almost the same when I hand it over.
Almost is hilarious, ladies and gentlemen. Almost. Okay. I'm gonna get more sand and widen that out, and then I'm gonna make me a fishing shack and a little bitty pier with a mad scientist lab underneath it. Probably not, but whatever. Hey, Marcus Hutzler, what's going on? Yes, Brett, I do know how to change the actual swap area for the wand. Thank you. Yeah, Donny Mims says in 2 weeks they'll have level 100 everything because they're ForgeCraft people. Also, Donny Mims says hi to the Golf Fairy. And she waves back. Yeah, they are the epitome of power gamers. Not all of them, but, a good number of them. So I expect that the excitement will be there for probably a week or two, and then it'll start dying down to normal levels. Who, what, where? Oh.
Indeed, it is unbreakable.
So it's 2 levels per plate?
It just said reinforced 1, but when it hits reinforced 5, it becomes unbreakable.
Oh, maybe he changed the threshold. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not 10 anymore, it's 5. Totally legitimate and durable tool. Okay.
I wanted to call it instrument instead, but it was instrument. Come on. I want to make the long-winded name, but no.
Okay, I'm gonna first things first, I'm gonna sleep. Slip. Mr. Marcus, I've been troubleshooting problem child servers. We've been having issues with the VC4 server as it stands. Where is the hatch? There it is. Woo! Oh, hi there. What's your name? Matics aren't official usable tools. Oh, Mr. Cutsy Cuts.
You misled us.
Blame Direwolf. You can't add it, but he doesn't like configuring things. So let's say it's his fault. I'm good with that. Why is there a marble block here? Whatever. Okay. We got a little bit of a curved sandbar thing going on here. Thank you. Ugh. Big heavy mug. Okay. I am giving us some room to work. Let's do that. There is a method to my madness. Usually. I think that's going to be good enough. Also, no grass for you. Awesome. Yeah. So basically, anybody that just got in and is just now catching up on things. Oh yeah, these give you grass blocks. I forgot. It's nice. The VC4 server, the actual Life in the Buffer server, is sick. Critically sick. The test server is sick in a totally different way. And I'm sick of Minecraft 110. Oh god.
Matic worked.
It worked? What worked?
Yep, putting the Matic in, it worked.
In what slot? Top, middle?
Needed to go in the hoe. Still chops things when it's the only thing in there, though.
Oh, does it? I thought that was slot specific. Okay. Lesson learned. I thought that was slot specific. We would take it to specific.
Also, it wasn't chopping because it was full of saplings.
Is it not pumping out again, or what?
The box was full of saplings. I've fixed it.
Oh yeah, the box is supposed to be getting saplings pumped out. Anyway, it's not important. Once upon a time, I had a really amazing dark axe, but I think it disappeared. I think it got eaten by the actual farming station. Accidentally.
Turns out these are, like, forestry birches. Managed to get an entire population of forestry silver birch. Oh.
Forestry.
I'm tired of forestry and its crap. The bee thing, basically, if you get a tree, a normal oak sapling, and you have a beehive nearby, you have a probability of butterflies and bees and stuff like that pollinating the leaves of the tree, which means that those leaf blocks will drop like silver, whatever saplings, like silver oak or whatever it is. The problem is that also happens if you don't have any beehives within, I don't know, 10,000 square miles. There are no butterflies for hundreds of blocks in here, and there might be a beehive somewhere, but it's supposed to have a range of 16 blocks.
I think there used to be one here-ish a while ago, and we probably just hadn't noticed that they'd become forestry ones like forever ago, since it's all of them are forestry now.
This one right here, this tree, there was actually a beehive right here. The problem is I have actually cycled recently, back in December, all of the silver oak saplings out for normal oak saplings, and they still end up changing eventually. I don't know why. No clue. I assume it's like a bug. The server doesn't know the beehive's gone. Oh.
Could be that you still have butterflies flying around.
I've not seen any, but yeah. And yes, I would get a little upset if you did that, honey. I'm having trouble with modded server, the recent version of advanced rocketry. Any ideas? Gasbonic? I think you were the guy that came in with technical support questions last time.
Yes, and I've already told him we've been through this. If he keeps asking, I will boot him.
Yeah. Also, everybody say hi to the coffee fairy. And I think we have a Morby lurking in the background somewhere.
I'm not the coffee fairy?
No. You're the
That's
cat
my job.
Okay.
You're the cat fairy. Exactly.
I was about to say, after the Italian stuff I sent you.
Just for the record, the concept of a flying house cat terrifies me to the very core. But
We
that's
have them in Final Fantasy 14. We call them Gala kittens.
yeah, that's a totally different conversation, though. The last thing I want my cat to have is flight capabilities. No.
Yeah, I got 5 of them. If they can fly, yeah, I'm fleeing.
Okay, I got to think about this.
They
I
had a
need...
couple, if you gave them wings, they probably would have flown.
Mine's spring-loaded, but that's about as close as it gets.
Yeah, my last kitten could jump high enough she might as well have been able to fly.
Yeah, that was mine. Crafting. Crafting table. Do we have? No, of course not. There is no such thing as a handheld crafting table. Why? Because ForgeCraft.
There's the construction halo, whatever it is.
Construction. What? Halo?
Assembly halo, sorry. That's the one.
Oh, heck, that's easy. Let's go make one of those real quick. Woo!
Not sure how they work. It's
Yeah,
it's
got
a bit different to the normal thing, but I've never used it before. But I think that's what you want, kind of.
Yes, stuff comes up in your view around you or whatever. I think we need one of those and 1, 2, 3 of those. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna do this. So, Miss Morby, how is Sky Factory 3?
I am enjoying it. I mean, it's one of those things. It's not consciously occurring to me that how much I'm enjoying it. But there was more than one point during my stream this morning where I went, "Wait, it's been 2 hours since my last break? What?"
Yeah. It just kind of eats away at your time, I guess.
Yeah, I rushed immediately to get my first piece of iron, so I can make a chisel.
Oh.
Yes, I saw that happen.
Yeah. Okay. We have a kind of crescent-shaped reef thing going on here. So what I was thinking is, if we did a little bit of a shack, we can lift it up a little bit. The decision is what direction I want to face it. Also, I'm not going to just use birch, because it's going to make a lot of people very angry. Let me go get some dark oak real quick. I love the combination. That's spruce. Spruce? I love the combination of dark oak and dark oak and birch. I love that high contrast. Awesome. TNT fairy fur, yeah, something like that. Oh, God. Berg has a fairy shirt he's going to wear to PAX. I'm scared. I am super scared. By the way, PAX is actually only 22 days away. Yeah, exactly, which is amazing and scary all at the same time. Let's get this stuff and turn it into this stuff. I'm actually not going to use straight up birch logs because I do think they look kind of hideous. Let's do this.
They have their place in the corner of houses, isn't really it?
Yeah.
So their place is mainly in trees and being sawed up into planks.
I do actually think I'm far enough away from your weird little build thing that I'm not gonna. Don't think I'm gonna. Yep, that works. Okay, awesome. I don't think my item magnet is going to mess with things, so I can. Can you actually? No, you can't chisel logs. Oh well. Let's get this. I'm gonna get some dark scaffolding. And I think what I want to use is some vertical birch planks. Woo! It's dark again. Hold on. There you go. Let's sleep. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of birch logs. I think the white with black spots thing is kind of weird looking. I mean, it's accurate. It's kind of weird looking though. Okay, let's do... Is that? Yep, that's straight. Okay. Weird. Doesn't look straight. Maybe because it's not. Okay, this would make sense. I need to actually get my axe out. Maybe I think I like that better. Yep, I like that better. Okay, now I want to figure out. I'm going to put a corner here. And we're going to put a corner here. And I need one more thing. Hold on. Arsec, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, my brain's not working today. I'm fried from troubleshooting servers. Well, one server. So I'm building. Doing what I like to do. What did I come down here for? Oh yeah, iron. Right. Oh hey, we actually have some. Well, actually no. I'll make more. Ooh, what? Oh, the last recipe you made. Okay. Weird. Get these out of the way. Let's get these over here. So the one I want to do... Actually, no, I don't like the default. I'm not going to use that. First thing we need to do is run this thing through chisel first. What? Really? They took out all of the iron bar chisel stuff? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. It's a solid block now? What? Oh, still a work in progress. Great. That's how far behind we are on chisel updates. Woohoo! Okay.
Honestly, I don't know whether the things I reported have been put through anyway. Last I checked, paper wall was still not considered solid. It definitely won't be on here. There's several full blocks, like the decorative carpets and things like that, which aren't considered solid blocks, so you can't attach anything that requires a solid block, like a torch or put a bed on it or anything.
Yeah.
And not being able to put a bed on the carpets was kind of lame.
Well, speaking of lame, wait. That wasn't a good transition. I'm going to stick with it, though. Homecraft Minewares. Yes.
I was giving Link straight to it.
I
said, get it onto ForgeCraft. I said, well, yeah, once it's ported back to 110 or something.
Yes, they're already developing for an 11.2. Sigh, I hate my life, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, while I absolutely love the mod, I rolled that name so hard I fell out of my office chair. It just doesn't do it for me. I love everything. I love everything else about the mod, but Homecraft Minewares? What? I just... Glass panes I was thinking of? No, once upon a time in 1.7.10, you could actually chisel iron bars, I believe. Unless I'm totally... Yeah.
Both glass panes and iron bars.
Yeah, you could do glass panes, and there was glass panes that actually had the embedded kind of safety wiring, like they had at a lot of your high schools when you were growing up in America. Or you could actually do iron bars, specifically because you could change it to like picket iron bars, where it has the points, the wrought iron points on the top. All sorts of great stuff.
Make them extra dense, wider, all sorts of things like that.
Yeah.
Turn it into like a chain link fence, I think.
Yeah. See, yeah, iron. It says, yep, iron bars. Marat says, make them look like wrought iron or chain link. Neat stuff. Yeah. Hey, J-Post, what's going on? Actually, what I want to do, what I like doing with these kinds of houses is I usually get, like, in one of the corners, I'll probably put it right over here. I will put a hatch that goes straight down, and we could basically just kind of like excavate out a little bit of space. And then what we can do is we can put a window down here to a little underwater space. So you can look out into the water. There's nothing down there but gravel, but, hey. I do like doing that, though. I think it's really, really cool. I'm going to...
Okay, I've got it. So you can craft 1 and 4K storage components and the crafting storage housing and the cell housing. I'm not going to bother making it craft the cells because I think that's a bit superfluous when you can just make a cell, make a storage part, make a thing and put them together in your hand.
Right. Okay. I don't need le wrench. I'm going to put it up right now. Okay. So we're gonna do... This is where I like dark oak. I also like planning the piers a bit better. Whoops, that's wrong. There we go. Put that down there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be even weirder. I'm going to do that. Where did all the gravel go? Let me go get some gravel from over here. Hang on a sec. There we go. Just need and gravel. There we go. Okay, let's put those back. That is 1, 2, which means this would be 1, 2. And that would be 1, 2. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably do one more. Nice long pier. So I can orient what goes where in the house. Because that means we're going to want to have a door this way. No. That's not right. Hey, Mr. Dallas Knapp, what's going on? I didn't see you sneak in. Man, we got everybody here. Woo. There are a lot of Beam people. Do I need to start investing in like bots and like stuff over at Beam and getting things organized?
More bats.
Beep boop.
Wow.
Beep boop.
Exactly.
Nanu.
Let's do this. And then I'm actually not going to use that one there. Go back to this. Okay. Let's put some wood in. Maybe a pair of windows right there. No! Actually, this is one higher. I think actually the whole thing is. I think I've miscounted. Exactly. Yeah, so Morby, is Sky Factory 3 like, is it grindy, or do they not really go through the whole I'm going to change every recipe to within an inch of its life thing? That not
Oh no, they don't change recipes at all in there. It's all it so far it's all been standard, nearly vanilla Skyblock fare, honestly.
okay.
I've been playing like 5, maybe 6 hours total so far, and I've got a platform. I have a cobble gen, and I'm just starting to put together my ore generation, my manual ore generation right now.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I meant. Oh,
What's wrong?
I know, thinks I. I'll make an alloy smelter to add to this thing so it can make its own glass. Makes a sag mill. Great, good, brilliant move. I've already got one of them.
Okay. I want to use something different for the flooring. First, I want to go sleep, because otherwise... Actually, I don't really have to worry about zombies and monsters and stuff, but... it's still better visibility. So what's planned for today? Is it taking over the other world like always? What? You can power a base by the power of Grey Coop? What the heck are people talking about?
I have no idea what Mara's talking.
Yeah,
I get the Grey Cooper reference.
power
don't know what they're
grayscale?
talking about. Exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, I'm lost. Whatever. Yeah, right now, Orky. Oh, wait, hey, wait a minute. We have mangrove.
Oh, that's what we're talking about in Sky Factory 3.
Now we're out of that.
Do you remember the mod in 1.7 that let you get like all the metals from like the cows or whatever?
Oh.
Yep, like blue fluids or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
the fluid cow. Well, in Sky Factory 3, there's a mod where you can get resources from breeding different kinds of chickens together.
That's right.
And by the power of Grey Coop, yes.
Okay, nailed large, nailed panel. Let's get some of this going on. I'm gonna do... It's a fishing shack. Doesn't need to be large. I'm just building today, guys. Books. Specifically because I'm tired. I've been working on troubleshooting servers for like a week and a half now. And I'm taking a break. Okay, once upon a time, I'm actually going to use the ugly vanilla textures down here. I might have to bust out chisels and bits on this. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, I've been troubleshooting servers for like a week or so, and I do not feel like progressing through such and such mod or fighting the whatever boss. I just want to veg, just want to build. Yeah. Okay. I think maybe I should have made this thinner. Whatever. I'm going to stick with it. Now, I don't want to go. What I want to do, I'm going to put one of these here, one of these here, and then what I want to do is make a thing for chisels and bits where I can slope this off. I can just lop off one half of these and make a slope going straight up. That will look nice. That. I wish we had DecoCraft on this server, but I also wish we don't, because the last thing this server needs is something like DecoCraft to ping its performance some. DecoCraft's a great mod. It's just, it does have a lot of models and textures and stuff, so, you know, it's going to have some impact. And poor ForgeCraft is dead enough.
I mean, it's not a lot, but at this point, it's, you know, every straw that could break the camel's back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's not appropriate for ForgeCraft, because it is that kind of server.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little heavy for ForgeCraft as it stands right now. If we had a reset, I would like to have DecoCraft maybe, but I would also want a mod. By the way, actually no. Okay, there's a distinct possibility that there might be another standalone chunk loader mod coming out of the ForgeCraft community, maybe. Not that I know anything. That will be standalone chunk loading, like a chunk loader, that actually has time limits and expiration and stuff like this. So you don't have the problem we're having right now, where basically everybody's using XU2 wards, chunk wards from Extra Utilities 2. None of it expires. So people that have not played on this server for 4 months still have bases chunk loaded, totally automated, and just going about their business completely pumping out entire sections of the nether. And it's not fun. So yeah. This is the really, really fun legacy. I'm going to do something different with... Actually, I don't like that there.
I think my ideal choice would be something that does a 3x3, turns off after a week, and you can smash it into 9 one single chunk loaders so you can spot load things.
Chicken chunks, basically. You want chicken chunks, but with Railcraft fuel or player time? Actually, no. If I remember right, chicken chunks had a setting where you could say if a player didn't log in after X number of days, stuff stopped working, I think. And there is a new person maintaining chicken chunks. There is a new version of chicken chunks, and it is out for 110, but it's not getting updated a lot. It got updated in, I think, September, and it hasn't been updated since. And I'm 100% positive that nobody can port a brand new, for them, mod with 100% accuracy, 100% bulletproof performance the first time around. That's not a thing. So there is a version of chicken chunks out there, but it's not a great one that I would use.
The other thing is that all that stuff's Scala, I believe, so that's even more fun.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, because Chicken Bones was in love with Scala.
Which is fair enough. I mean, like, I'm the same way with Dart versus JavaScript, but
okay.
Yeah, it's still more awkward and less used.
I'm gonna come back here real quick. I kind of wish I had a second bag. Need more space. I don't think I need the swapping wand anymore. I'll put that
So
back
here's
there.
a theory. Is that maybe what's causing issues on VC4, the EU chunk ward?
No. Because nobody's using them. At present, we don't actually have, I think we have one chunk ward that has been placed by a player. And that's it. We do not actually have positive, negative. Okay. Trying to, oh, whatever. I will make new ones. Won't overwrite Cuts' stuff. Yeah, we've gone through a lot of stuff. Assume your chisels and bits, positive and negative stuff. But we've gone over a lot of the performance things. We've troubleshot. We thought, well, you know, okay, we do actually have FTB utilities on the server now, even though the problem kind of started before FTB utilities. We do have it on the server now. Maybe that's a problem. And I thought, whoops, here we go. Connected plane. I have to make one of these by hand. Oh God, that's not going to work. Okay. Let's put that back. I forgot. Need a bit bag. Anyway,
they don't last very long.
No, they don't. I love the concept. Oh yeah. I have to get a stone bit. Whoops.
Well, any bit.
I don't know.
I believe there's plenty in the box of various bits and pieces.
Is there?
I think there's some around somewhere. One of the boxes. Oh,
Yeah.
grab one from one of the bags.
Sure, let's go with that. Okay. Wool. Do we have any wool anymore? No, we never have any wool. Because reasons.
The wool is all in here because of the covered cable,
Yeah, yeah.
I believe.
It's fine. We have tons of spider string. Wow, I don't even have that right now. Let's do this. Ooh, what, where? Okay. Whoops.
Okay, you can make its own sand now. Cool. Glass even, not sand. Feed it sand. We already have sand. Plenty of sand. So much sand.
Why am I getting this stuff? Oh my gosh. Okay. Go back over here. I need to deposit some stuff in the system. Anyway, yeah, when it comes to the actual troubleshooting process for the server, we have been going through, all sorts of tips and tricks. I have spent the last week removing this mod, re-adding this mod, etc., etc. We've been through it. And pretty much nothing has solved the problem yet. Isn't there actually actual chunk loading in Minecraft in the spawn chunks? Yes. If you have your visibility set to 10, let's say, there is, I think, at least a 10 by 10, a 10 in all directions chunk. So it's basically like 21 or 22 by 22, stuff like that. Yeah, it's basically, yes, there is inherent chunk loading. Okay, I'm gonna but yeah, we've been doing a lot of mod removing, a lot of troubleshooting, a lot of trying combinations, checking to see if it was a specific player, not. If it's a specific base, not. All sorts of stuff. Okay, I just got to refocus for a second. I'm going to rechat. There is a section of spawn that's always loaded as part of Minecraft. Yeah. That's why it's so detrimental to build large farms and such a spawn. And that is very, very true. There is actually a spawn protection range. You can shrink that down, but you can't shrink down the actual area that's inherently loaded by spawn. Most servers I'm on, I will put like teleporters at spawn, but that's about it, maybe. Everything else, I try to encourage people to not build right at spawn, to build away from spawn, because a big chunk of that is always chunk loaded. So yeah, and yes, it can become an issue with even when in vanilla, much less in modded, it become an issue because you can get, let's say, underground tunnels beneath spawn that are not lit. Will start spawning monsters when players are nearby, and those monsters do not despawn after players leave because the chunks remain loaded. Normally, when you leave an area, the monsters despawn because you left the area. Okay, this might require a slightly different tactic, but okay, awesome. There we go. But yeah, there's a lot of bad things can happen if you build near spawn or in spawn area because of the constant chunk loading and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's not fun. The problem we're having is that we have a server where nobody's really using the overworld. I think it's as good as I can get it, unfortunately. Maybe. Let me look at this from the side. Okay. So basically when you have a server and people are using a server, you have stuff like tile entities. Tile entities are basically usable things or things that do something. Machines, power cables, solar panels, The like growth stones from roots, or the altar from blood magic, if you're having to interact with it or do things with it, or it does things for you, or if it stores stuff. And you can chime in here if I'm getting this totally wrong, Mr. Guts, but
Yeah, close enough. Anything that's more that has functions more complicated than a basic block is likely to be a tile entity.
yeah,
Almost certainly.
if it does anything other than just setting it down there and it looks pretty, it's probably a tile entity. And all those.
That said, all the
Yeah.
all the crops are still normal blocks, but if there's anything that needs to do something on a continuous basis, it's going to be a tile entity.
Yeah. So, all those things get interacted with by players, or they do something, maybe either on their own or at the hands of a player. However it cuts, however it goes, it's a situation where... Okay, awesome. So now I can come over here. Okay, I don't want to put that there. This is the part that bugs me about...
A situation where...
No. The chisels and bits. Okay, I have a positive design thing I want to place down. Actually, no, I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it this way. Or not. Okay, maybe so.
Yeah, there's one of the modes that lets you do it. That's like impose. You want there's one for placement.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I might not have enough bits to make one. That's funny.
Well, you don't. You've taken off less than half of the block.
What do you mean less than half? I guess it is less than half. Okay. Hang on a sec. I can solve that problem. Let's put this down. Oh, actually, even better. I can go into impose mode. And we can do... Is it
Impose replaces. It doesn't remove. Impose was useful on the fences because it allowed me to put the fence in where the post was and only give the bit that wasn't the post. So impose replaces with what it is.
There we go.
Or adds it in when there's space.
Yeah,
Whatever.
It's replace is what I'm looking for. There we go. Yeah, we got a nice little ramp up. Now I would do that, but instead what I'm going to go do is make a negative pattern and do the same thing just with the negative. Let's get a bucket, some water. So yeah, when you have tile entities on a server, all that stuff has to get tracked. It's got information that is assigned to that block, and that becomes important in various different ways. The more tile entities you have, just generally banging around a server, the more load there's going to be on a server. And we have a problem right now on our server where I think it's... Okay, all you need to go in the actual bag. Thank you. Awesome. That is exactly what I wanted. Basically, we have a problem where tile entities normally get loaded into memory. You do something happens with them, and they get unloaded from memory. Right now, stuff's getting loaded from memory, and it's never leaving. That's the problem. And nobody knows why.
That's just the chunks never getting unloaded, essentially.
Well, that's the thing, is that we don't know if it's chunks or if it's the actual tile entities. Nobody's been able to differentiate.
Well, I mean, the way they work is that each chunk that is currently loaded, it goes through the tile entities, each tick. So if the chunk's not loaded, the tile entity isn't done, so it's still loaded. Why it's still loaded, though, that's the real question.
That's the big thing, is basically nothing is getting cleaned up. So the way it has been working is it's a progressive spiral. More things occupy the memory. There's less free memory for the server to do anything, and performance gets worse and worse. And this happens over a span of about 10 minutes. It gets worse and worse to where all of a sudden so much memory is taken that the server yields a, GC collection error or a GC exception error where there's not enough free space for it to actually do a garbage collection where it cleans up all that crap in memory and sweeps it out and lets you start fresh. Suddenly it can't do that anymore. It seizes up
Garbage
all
collection overhead exceeded.
Yeah, exactly. It seizes up all current processes and it shuts down. The problem is if it seizes up while it is doing a world save, you know that thing you see on servers quite regularly that says saving world. If it locks up while it's doing that, you've just scrambled everything. Everything in the overworld, all of your dimensions, whatever was being saved at the time, all your blocks get shifted where suddenly dirt blocks aren't dirt blocks anymore. They're wool blocks. And
level.dat corruption.
Yeah, exactly. All tall grass is suddenly made out of paintings, etc., etc. It destroys everything. So we have to roll back to a backup. So that's what literally, if we run the server for more than 30 minutes to an hour right now, if anybody interacts with it in any way, that's what happens.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. It's bad. It's really bad. VC4 is literally unplayable right now. That series is on pause. Everything that you have coming out to you right now by the wonderful people that are playing this series with me, in Life in the Buffer, is pre-recorded from last week when it wasn't quite as critical and it wasn't trying to eat its brain as much.
I mean, it's one thing if the evil things try to eat people's brains, but if it try to eat its own brain, it gets really complicated.
Yeah. By the way, this is one of the reasons why I like using birch and spruce and dark oak and stuff like that as the different contrast levels and layers. I like that pop on different kinds of wood. Hey, Shadowstar, what's going on?
It's a nice choice as well. That's a nice pattern. I was thinking whether I was going to recommend something like the kind of upright thatch-like blocks, but these are pretty much the same pattern, but in paler color.
Actually,
not green.
What I wanted to do was replace instead of where I have the birch, I wanted to use the sugarcane blocks.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, thatch. That's what it's called. Yeah, thatch. Sugarcane. Yeah, sugarcane blocks from Cork. I wanted to use those, but we don't have enough sitting around of sugarcane, and I didn't feel like farming it. So.
Also, this works better from a color perspective. So good job.
Yeah, I am going to sleep real quick.
Not too keen on the framework bits on the corners, but
Actually, I'm not big on those either. I think I'm going to swap them out here in a minute. I like having...
I'd remove the 4 middle ones and leave the top one on the bottom one. And put something that's more upright in between.
Well, I was actually thinking about... Oh, gosh. Dumb Minecraft limitations are dumb. Thoughts? Is that the right log?
Go spruce.
Hang on.
Spruce oak is darker and it's slightly more red, which fits the color of the dark oak planks that are here. So.
Okay, let's try this. What I was thinking about doing was getting a saw and making a micro part pillar.
That's a better match.
Making a micro part pillar that was coming up through this, so it wasn't a full-size log. Does that make sense?
I don't know. Having the wall stick out more would be a bit weird compared to the column. I think this works.
I am going to have an angled roof, not your standard A-frame.
Yeah, as long as stuff that sticks out a bit, it would be good.
Yeah, basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have it low back here, and it's gonna slope up here. Like, not
Might
way
be
up
good
here.
to also replace the bottom row on the outside of these birch bits with a different pattern.
I'll get around to it. I'm kind of okay with it right now, but you know.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But yeah, I want a roof that is sloping up this direction towards the docks, and I probably want it to overhang to about here-ish, not too far. A little bit of rain protection.
You could extend these up and make them the end supports.
I don't know. But that means we would have a nice big upper wall section up here, and you could normally what I would do is I would put like if I had DecoCraft, DecoCraft actually has like the trophy fish you can hang up on the wall,
I was
and
thinking
like
that.
and fishing racks and stuff like that, like fishing poles. We could put that stuff up there. We don't have DecoCraft, but whatever. But that,
Put a load of item frames, fishing them.
yeah, but you know we're gonna have a space for that, so yeah. Don't you have a Saigon with an instant break block spell? I do. Well, no, actually. I lost my gun a couple of weeks ago. Where's that gonna go? I was just gonna hit the water and stop. Weird. I lost my gun a couple of weeks ago. I do have a dig spell. But it's one of those things where I have learned that dig spell is dangerous to use because I don't always get stuff back when I use it. Quite often, I will... Whoopsie. That's spruce. Quite often, I will actually break machines or break more complex things, and I don't get anything back if I use Psi. So it is a situation where... oh, that's not right. Hang on a second. Boop. I'm out of the habit of using it constantly. I do have my rationale. Okay. I actually don't like... Hang on.
Kind of why I saved all mine to a notepad and put them in a file folder, because I'm derpy enough to actually throw my Saigon into lava.
Well, that's just good policy. Yeah, I get what you're talking about with the spruce, but I'm going to swap these up for dark oak because I want them to match piers, and I don't want spruce on the piers.
Okay.
This will bother people, but it won't bother me. Anyway. Dum da dum. There's one little mod that they need to include in every single modded pack, every single version of modded Minecraft. It needs to be rolled into Forge. Frickin', basically it's that critical. And it is the mod that basically removes the penalty for breaking blocks while you're flying. Because that's a dumb penalty. I freaking hate it. Same effect, or similar effect, prevents you from breaking blocks while you are underwater too. And I think that's annoying as well.
Yeah, that part's intended. The flying one, I don't think so much.
Yeah, the water one I understand more. But
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more of a side effect because you're never going to be able to break blocks while flying in vanilla Minecraft without it being instant because of creative. So I guess it's the same thing that it uses for when you're underwater. It just happens to carry over to when you're flying too.
you can never break blocks while you're flying? What?
Yeah, like in survival, whenever you fly, like with the elytra, you're not going to be breaking blocks, so that doesn't matter. And when you're in creative, is when you can fly, but then you break blocks instantly anyway, so you're not actually doing digging. So the only times in vanilla where you are flying, you wouldn't be breaking blocks, and therefore you wouldn't notice.
Don't make my brain hurt, man. Gonna do...
It's too easy.
My brain's already fried today.
No, well, basically what he's saying is that whenever you would be flying in vanilla Minecraft, you're in creative mode, so you're just destroying blocks at that point.
Right.
So
Anytime you're digging, you wouldn't be flying, so I suppose it's just an oversight.
It's a dumb oversight. I mean, what? Okay. Actually, no. I don't like that. I'm going to remove it. People can jump the gap. Whatever. Oh yeah, sorry. People asking, why is it in black and white? Let me switch back to color. ID65. Hey Eric, what's going on? Practicalities and quantum blocks are mods that have an instant break tool and multi-tools. What? Honestly, I'd just rather have a Paxel. Yes, I see what you're talking about, Brad. It's more about if you're not standing on the ground at the time. My point is, even if you're standing on the ground underwater, that break speed is slower than above water. And I kind of get why they did that on one hand, but on the other hand, I can carry 45 million tons of raw stone in my inventory and walk around with it. So realism got tossed out the window. They lost me. It's one of those things that I do not get that decision. Well, we're doing it for realism. No, you're not. I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I'm gonna do the corners yet. I think I'm gonna bring them all the way up. For now, I'm just gonna do this and this. Actually, yes. Ah, no.
I wonder what the absolute limit for the amount of mass you could carry in modded Minecraft is. It would involve filled nested DSUs.
In current modded Minecraft, I do not like that. That's too steep.
I think 1.7 would have to be the king of it because unless there's there's probably some DSU equivalent in 1.10 somewhere in some mod. But it would be how many deep you could nest those filled before the tag size limit is hit and it can no longer be a valid item stack. And then an inventory full of those.
Well, I mean, my whole point is that, vanilla itself breaks the reality barrier on so many different levels. It's not even funny.
Octuple compressed cobblestone.
Well, it's not vanilla, but yes.
Doesn't even scratch the surface when you're thinking about nested DSU.
Yeah.
Just straight items. Octuple compressed cobblestone wins. Just straight items, no storage.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about
item types MBT.
Yeah, if you're talking about nested storage, like putting items in something and putting that something in your inventory, yeah, it's going to be a DSU filled with something ungodly. Who knows?
Frankly, the end of it doesn't really matter what it is, because when you're looking at DSUs filled with DSUs filled with DSUs, however many levels deep, the end thing doesn't really matter. It's already going to be more enough to make a black hole around Steve.
Got to be careful with that remove command, folks. I got him. Yeah, welcome back, Arseg. Somebody mistargeted. You got to be careful with those blocks. Okay, that is not.
I'll be right back.
That is not perfect, but it's about as perfect as I'm going to get it. Based upon size. I really miss Carpenter's slopes. Or Carpenter's blocks. Really do miss that mod. And I'm about to say something very controversial and divisive here, ladies and gentlemen. So brace yourself.
Oh no.
Chisels and bits sucks.
We can't be friends anymore.
I mean, okay.
I'm teasing.
I get the point to chisels and bits. It is the ultimate in elaborate and fine-tuned decorative. But when it comes to doing quick builds, I just need some slopes, or I need some steeples, or I need some, window gables or whatever. chisels and bits is a pain in the backside.
Oh yeah, we've had this conversation before, and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. The base premise, I'm hip, but just dealing with it on a day-to-day basis, no. I really don't like using it.
Grief, building this roof. Yeah.
That was your own hell that you made and decided to stay in it.
Yeah. But it's good in the end. It worked out.
Yes, it's a roof, and we don't have rain on our head.
And it looks great.
It's a roof, and we don't have rain on our head.
Hey.
I'm just saying, man, we would have had this place completed 2 months earlier, maybe a month and a half. Just saying. It does look. It does
if
look
Chisel
good.
Bits had the feature set I'd expected, then it would have been done a lot faster.
The feature set that you expected. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going back to my fishing shack. Yeah, I want to do a sloped roof on this thing, but I really don't want to deal with chisel and bits. So I'm probably going to.
Let's make it slabs.
Yeah. I could slab it. Can we do mixed slabs?
Only with chisels and bits.
So we can't.
Yeah, that's why I did it. Because there are actually the roof tile thing slabs in Quark. It's just
Yeah.
I made them like this so they could kind of cohabit half with the wooden framework.
54 slots in a golden bag, 27 slots in treated crates, 36 slots in your inventory. Over 3.3 million items. Gold is 21 tons a block. Yeah. To which Berg says, "Yay, science." When people start arguing about, like, such and such is not realistic, or that's overpowered because it's not realistic, you wouldn't be able to do that in the real world. You're in Minecraft, you've already lost that argument. That's an uphill battle.
Especially it's a video game. So
Yeah. You've already lost me on that, bucko. Okay.
it's a video game that at the time of its release was noted for its old-fashioned and not very detailed graphics. What makes you think it's trying to approach reality at all?
Yeah.
Go outside and punch a tree and see what happens.
Okay,
Reality? Who needs that?
reality sucks. I play
Isn't
video
that what
games
I've been
get
trying to
away
run away from?
Exactly. I play reality to get. Play video games to get away from reality. We have a saw somewhere. I just saw it over here. I think.
There's one in the chest. Yeah.
Found it. Wait a minute. Let's stare long and hard into the abyss that is chisel and see which one I want to use for the roof first. I want a darker wood. Let's get what's that? And I'm thinking spruce, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, reality's overrated, says Donny Mims. Exactly. I could do with a dose of, probably vodka first, and then non-reality right now.
No vodka for you. I'm not cleaning that up.
You know what? I'm getting to the point to where I almost want to deal with it. It's almost worth it. Oh. Yeah.
I love you, but no.
Okay. I'm going to half stair step it. I got to figure out what I want to do with the blocks. I'm thinking braid could look really cool. It could look kind of weave-like. Not thatch, but thatch-like. Let me think.
I'm just thinking about the frame rate here going to that door and the perspective upgrade. And the one thing that I just realized is I might actually be in a situation where I don't realize that I'm doing something wrong when doing the modding, because you might be able to cope with it and just have a good frame rate anyway.
You're going to have to explain that to me.
Computer so good that the thing that's bad and makes things go slow doesn't make it go slow on the good computer.
Oh, yes. That is definitely
always the risk.
Yeah, that is definitely an actual risk to worry about. One thing... Oh, right. I also remembered another reason why I hate chisel bits. Let's go get more wood, because I can't undo breaking something into slabs. Do we have multi-part saws?
You can if you hold down shift and you place the other half on top of it, it turns back into a normal block, but you have to aim correctly.
In other words, you can't, because I can't be arsed to do that right now. What is this? This is spruce. Get another stack of spruce. The spruce. Let's put this here. Yes, having to actually individually lay out and reconstruct my blocks, that's not a thing. I do not contend to that as being a feature. I still want a stack of those, but get a stack of this. Put the rest of that away. Open this up. Get more braid, but keep it intact this time. Oh, that's wrong. I'm totally winging this. I have no clue what I'm doing, people.
Were we supposed to be surprised?
Probably not. Whee! So the schedule is
Some of
out.
the best builds are made that way.
Yeah, no kidding. Nope. Already don't like that. I'm going slabs. For this top part. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody here is actually going. Well, some people are. I don't know if anybody else is actually going to PAX South. I know I am. What'd you say, Cuts?
I did.
Oh,
I've heard.
I did hear that, yeah. He said something. I was like, wait a minute, you're not going, are you?
Nope.
Yeah.
I wish.
Can't even begin to afford that.
Yeah, it's a long flight, much less a long, expensive flight. The schedule is out for PAX on the website now, but regardless of schedule, regardless of times, at some point on Saturday afternoon, we are going to try and get everybody together that is a member of the League of Ordinary Gamers that is going. I think you're right, Cuts.
What?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Extending the support, expending the peers up as supports for the roof. I think that's going to be a good idea. Just extend past that slightly. Aha! You thought I'd run out. Anyway, if you're going, make sure you are following myself on Twitter. @Vagram. Make sure you are following, oh gosh, folks like me, or it just looks weird now. I'm not sure if I'm hip to that. I really miss my carpenter slopes so much. I'm gonna first of all trim this off right here. But yeah, make sure you're following some of the folks in the league, like some of the officers, like the Dark Preacher, and at what is it? At Miss_Moab.
Yeah.
Yeah, MS_MOAB. We will be tweeting out times and like when we're getting into town and et cetera, et cetera. Why can I not put this in the? Why can I not put this thing in the upper position? What am I doing wrong? Oh. What? I have to... Wow, these slabs are kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I've already been through the schedule and made note of the panels that I want to.
Go to?
Same thing.
You cut off a little early, hence my completing that sentence.
Ah.
Yep, still looks kind of weird in 8-bit. I do not like that. It's a little too flat. Hang on a sec.
With putting those bits on the side, you now see why I so desperately wanted a thing where you could just rotate it vertically. You know, if you did a 180 on it, so it was in the top half of it, oh, it'd be so much easier.
Yeah, you had to freehand place all of the upper half ones?
Yeah, every second row.
Yeah, that's super dumb. How come we can't make normal slabs that are MC multipart? This is my question. I fell. Yeah, Draco says, I wish I could join you, but man, the cost. I'm hip. We have to plan for the better part of a year just to be able to go to PAX South. I don't even know if we're going to be able to go in 2018. We'll see. Oh, right. I just broke my axe. What is it made out of? Stone, I think. I think it's cobblestone. I can't remember.
Looks like it.
Yep, it is. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I think we are going to be... trying to get everybody together at some place near the area Saturday afternoon at some point so that we can generally have a league meetup at PAX South, and I think it is going to be glorious and awesome and cool. Okay, let's see if I can... Okay, there we go. So I have to... What the heck? This is one of the reasons why I don't like dealing with chisels and bits. This right here, look at this. What's wrong with that picture? Do you have to cut it above the saw to get a top slab? I don't know. Let's find out. So if we do it this way, you get it just says chiseled wood spruce planks. It doesn't actually say slab. Do it this way. What does it do? Let's find out together.
Yeah, anything you chisel, no matter what way you chisel it, is just going to say chiseled whatever, and then the material is made out of.
Yeah.
But when you make a positive design of it, it remembers where in the block space it is. So if you chisel away the under stuff, you'll have a top slab. If you chisel away the top stuff, you'll have a bottom slab.
The problem about that is that having enough bits to make enough blocks for a roof means you're going to have a bag full of bits bags. I mean, they had like 8 blocks each. Trying to do a roof of several hundred blocks like that, I simply couldn't.
Yeah, it's gone very slow for me. Basically what I've wound up doing is making sure I have the right kind of slabs that I need so far for what I'm doing on Sky Factory, and then just pre-making it, because if you craft the positive pattern with the bits bag that has the bits you want to use in it, you'll can just make the pieces there, and then you can have them in your inventory, and just making up a couple of stacks of those before I start to build anything.
At the time, we had about 3 diamonds, and diamonds are a real problem for us. And making that roof would have consumed like 4 diamond chisels to do it that way.
That's a really big roof.
Here's that's what I said. Here's my thing, right? It's the saw. You have a diamond bit saw from Chisels and Bits. If you put a block in with the saw, I'll even do it on stream. You do it below, you get 2 spruce planks, right? If you swap it and do the actual block above, like somebody was suggesting, maybe if you do the block on the top half of the recipe, you get the top half of the actual thing. You don't. You still get the bottom slab. The upper slab. You still only get one state, no matter which way you cut it. You can only place these slabs one way. So I have to, and I stress this, required, forced, use the chisel, break out a bits bag, devote more diamonds. It makes the saw useless. And problem number 2, I have this right here. If we get one of these, I'm going to put this down. So I can't put this in the bottom state. It won't let me. What I have to do is hold down Shift so it'll free place. And then if I get it off by 1 block length, like 1 bit length, right, and place that, that is now 2 blocks. Never the twain shall they be reunited, unless I break them down completely into bits.
Well, you can actually just dig out the thin sliver and then put it into the same block space as the other one on the other side, and it'll fill in the gap. So you don't need to re-chisel it, but it is annoying.
Yeah, it's goofy. I should not have to do this. I get that they want fine-tuned placement, but this does not replace standard multi-part to me. It really doesn't. Good night, Arsag. Thanks for coming by, man. John Wary asks, are there any more Grimco construction videos in the work? The question you should be asking, John Wary, are there any videos in the works? Full stop, period. And no, I barely actually had the sanity to live stream this evening. I'm not even sure I can spell my name right now. My brain is so fried from what I've been doing for the last week. I have a ton of video footage. I don't have the time to actually process it. I am jumping between servers, juggling images, juggling files, trying to problem solve. I have to wait around in chat rooms for certain people that are very important to this community and have much, much better things to do with their time than sit here and problem solve my one little server. They have much greater problems to tackle in the Minecraft community. And I have to wait around for those people to become available at the drop of a hat so I can ask them a question. That has been the last 2 weeks. It has destroyed my productivity. The stuff you saw last week and earlier this week was a shocker that I had the actual time to get that pushed out. Right now, everything is on hold until I can actually get Life in the Buffer not dead. That's my existence. That's it. So I do apologize for that, but I have devoted so much to trying to get Vagram's Chance 4 working that I would sooner renounce everything and become a Buddhist in Tibet than actually just quit on the series now and restart something else. Nuh-uh, I'm too stubborn. Sorry. The wooden wrench lets you rotate the bottom slabs around. Says Serious Creeper.
I think I remember that. The wrench can be a little annoying to use. You've got to be careful about what side you use it on.
Yeah, it's pretty finicky.
Let's test that theory right now. I was about to say, it is daytime. The wooden wrench from Chisels and Bits. Oh, right. Wait a minute, what? Oh, it just sticks. Never mind. Is that? Yeah, it is. Whatever. And oh yeah, that one's broken too. I can't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kind of, yeah. It is rotating it through block positions if I use it in the right place. Whoa. That's super weird. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Get over here real quick. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3. Turn those into half slabs. And then I'm gonna see if I can really get crazy with this thing. Yeah, see, this is my problem right here. I cannot place these and then wrench them. Because I can't place them where I want them to be, within the block space. I would have to break this bottom part, put this as the bottom, wrench it into place, then put the bottom part on.
Why isn't this thing requesting autograph?
I can do that, and that looks a lot better. Yay! There's that. Nope. That. There we go.
Ah, because there's not enough Certus quartz. Whoops.
Now,
Well, look at that. We've run out of Certus quartz.
it's your turn to run the quantum thingamabobber.
Yep.
We might be having TPS issues. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. It came back. Okay.
I haven't noticed any.
Yeah, I'm just getting brief spikes here and there. I appreciate it, John Wary. This is really a thing where a lot of people don't realize. Okay. It's story time real quick. This is a lesson in hubris. I dreamt a little too big for VC4. It turns out a lot of the ideas that I had for what was supposed to happen, life in the buffer wasn't supposed to happen. It is what's happening now because what was supposed to happen isn't actually possible within Minecraft. Now, I didn't know that, but I pressed beyond the standard boundaries and limitations of modded Minecraft even, and there's still things that are being coded or being caught up with or whatever. Then we start getting hit with, that delayed the season itself. Then we start getting hit with stuff like this, where we've got this crash bug. Nobody knows what's causing it. It is corrupting the world. It is halting productivity in an ultimate scale. And we can't pinpoint it to one mod. Because, here's the awesome thing, we have another mod in the mod pack that is actually intercepting the crash report generation process and killing it. I'm going to let the room dwell on that for a second.
What?
Exactly. God, that's good coffee. We have some mod that is actually seeing when the crash would happen, when a crash would be triggered. It sees the crash report being generated. It intercepts the crash report, halts that crash report generation process, and then actually halts the server shutdown process. So the server keeps going despite the crash actually having been triggered. It normally would have stopped. And the process actually gets bad enough that the watchdog service has to finally say, hey, the server is so bad, we need to shut it down. It's not responding anymore. And that doesn't generate a crash report when that actually happens. Sometimes it does, but we're not getting all of the crash reports we're supposed to be getting.
Please tell me this is not some mod author's way to avoid having their mod crash things.
Nobody knows anything. We do not know why it's happening. We don't know what mod's causing it. But that's what I've been dealing with for the past week.
I mean, I've seen some people find places where stuff has moved through their code, and they would appear in the crash log, but they know that thing was, like, for instance, with ATG, I had a lot of reports for a thing where when village structure generation went wrong, the first thing that appeared was ATG because it was going through the chunk provider for ATG.
Yes.
Now, it wasn't actually anything to do with ATG. It was that a building had been incorrectly done, and it was a problem that could happen in vanilla, but because vanilla had much flatter terrain, it barely ever happened because there were very few times where a village couldn't place a building because another building was in the way.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of reports for that, so I ended up wrapping that section in a thing. And I didn't quite go as far as some other people, like the famous "not my fault" exception. That was a good one. That's a Greg Tech one, where if something triggers the code and it breaks and it's not their thing, there's a "not my fault" exception that pops up, and then shows the actual crash log after it explains this wasn't caused by this mod's code. You should look for this one instead, and gives the name of the mod.
Oh, there's different colored wood for boats now. What?
Yes.
Whoops.
But yeah, I've had to catch things before to avoid people blaming me for things that weren't my fault.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's ridiculous, though.
something is intercepting crash logs, intercepting the actual shutdown service, and letting the server run of its own accord until it basically eats its own brain.
I don't know what mod is doing that intercepting, and nor do I want to avoid naming names, but it just smacks to me of that right there smacks to me of a mod author going, well, I have crashes, but I don't want anyone to bother me at crashes. So if there's any crash with my mod involved, they just won't make a crash log so nobody can tell.
Right.
That's what it smacks of, and I'm just like, that is so the wrong way to do things.
So, okay. We have, according to the numbers on my software, I have 22 people watching right now. I want all 22 people listening to me very, very closely and understanding me. This is not a witch hunt. This is not where you go and take off on a tirade against the people that do Forge. This is not where you decide, oh, you know what? I know what mod author is doing this. That's not the point of what I'm talking about here. The point I'm talking about here is that modded Minecraft is far more complex of a moving mechanism and machine than you have ever possibly realized. I would say 85% of mod authors out there don't actually know how modded Minecraft works behind the scenes. Like,
I certainly don't.
For the greater process.
Not most of it.
Yeah. There's big stretches of it that a lot of people don't know. So the problem you have is you have to get person A knows a lot about this one particular chunk of the vanilla code or about Forge. Person B knows about this sliver and this sliver. You need to get as many of those people together and have them talk, or talk to them in sequence and trade knowledge back and forth. That was the
whole original point of ForgeCraft.
Yes, that's what my whole week has been, because thanks to ForgeCraft, a lot of those people actually are in the same room, not always at the same time of day, but I have one place I can go to and ask these people. Now, here's the thing that distresses me even more. I'm a member of ForgeCraft. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people cannot do this. I cannot begin to fathom or even consider the possibility of just how many servers might be dying out there on a regular basis because there is no central repository of knowledge, because there is no central place where people can go to get stuff assisted with and troubleshot. And I realize this is an easier thing to rail against than to solve. I accept that. I'm not saying I have all of the solutions. What I'm saying is that a lot of people start tossing out notions of, oh, well, you just need to solve this, or you just need to swap out this mod, or, oh, it's probably your chunk loaders. Or, well, I wouldn't use FTB utils. It's weird.
Yeah, this is kind of the
That's not-
equivalent of we're getting into errors in deep errors into the software code base of a particular program, and somebody's telling us to just turn it off and turn it back on again.
Yeah. And yes, Wirewolf is 100% right. It's not always about bad coding. A lot of times this is situations where we have, I like that better. We have bits of houses, what the hell am I talking about? We have bits of different mods. We have bits of software that have been little things changed, little parts changed here and there over the course of, the better part of, years. And little things get changed as it necessitates over the course of the years, but there can be fallout from that people can't anticipate. There can be little bugs in the code that nobody thought would crop up, or nobody realized it could be a bug, etc.
And to be fair, taken on their own, those two bits of code aren't bugs, but when they get together, it does interesting things.
Yeah. So that's the greater problem, and I want to make sure everybody's on the same wavelength here. Like I said, this is not a witch hunt. This is not Forge's fault. This is not Mod A's fault. It's not about Vasky or how badly TTFT cuts screwed up Everetia. Nothing. Exactly.
We found some sign of there was like just a catastrophic juke bug had been reported. That was fun.
No. The way that Spiteful and T-Cut screwed up Averetia was not continuing it.
Well,
So, yeah.
I mean, if we ever work out ever in the distant future how to do all the fancy pants graphic stuff I did with the new system, I'll just it took me long enough to work it out at 1.7.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all, but if you can figure it out, I'd be really happy.
Yeah. Eric Cotier says, we need some sort of central database or knowledge base, maybe? And yeah, I really do think so.
Needed it for a long time, and to be fair, the Forge guys have proposed several times of trying to put this together, but they have no one to help them do it and maintain Forge at the same time. And every time they've made an effort at trying to get a community-driven thing to do this, the entire lower mod making community has shouted in their face of, "Oh, we don't need this."
Yeah, so here's the point that I'm at right now. I have had my, to use a phrase from my childhood, I've had my come to Jesus moment on this nonsense. And I'm starting to wonder if this is a crusade that might be worthy of picking up for the League of Ordinary Gamers. A huge chunk of our actual knowledge base, of our player base, of our core gaming community is centered around Minecraft. And if things keep going the way they are, it's just going to get worse. So I've been thinking about that, but that's not the conversation here. The conversation here is about the fact that I want to make sure everybody knows if I know somebody that is a part of our community that is trashing a mod author on Twitter or on social media. I don't care if you don't agree with the way they do things. They're weird. You don't like how they code things. Best example of this, I do not see eye to eye with Vasky. You put us in the same room, we can throw a couple of jokes at each other and be nice and friendly, but when it comes to actual mod level conversation, Vasky drives me bonkers. But that does not mean I don't respect them as a person and respect them as a mod author and the work that they do. And if I know anybody that's hanging around out there trashing mod authors, I will get very, very cranky with you very quickly. Remember that. So yeah. It's just, this has been my week. This has been what I have been having to do for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And it is delving into as much dark arts and voodoo as I have ever had to do with technology in my life. And it's brain twisting.
On an unrelated and cool note, the quarry's running and we're not running out of power at all.
Yay!
I was going to ask in about 5 minutes after you turn that thing on, or 5 or 10 minutes after you turn that on, are we out of power yet?
No, it's still on full. Net zero going out from the capacitor here. It may be draining further down, but I didn't think you had any other big storage besides this double cap bank up on the main row.
There is still a little bit of power over here, but it's draining out very slowly.
5 minutes.
Thank you.
Funnily enough, we've also hit 15 ebony wood logs and 2 ebony saplings out of this as well.
Weird. That quantum core is
been crafting in Final Fantasy 14, so you start talking about things that have the same name as items in Final Fantasy 14, and I instantly get confused.
I kind of want to find an MMO, but I can't afford an MMO. I keep considering loading up Guild Wars 2 again because I really liked it, and there's no monthly fee. But I don't know anybody that plays it anymore or gives a dang about it. So,
I wish I knew people who played it on the EU servers.
Yeah.
I've been fiddling with a bit of the stuff in here with the EA things, expanded a little bit. Moved the storage out from dangling above the door.
Oh, yeah. Before, since we're in the last 5 minutes of the live stream, we're really the last 3. Let's go over here and see what Mr. Cuts has actually been doing. And yeah, the concept of a knowledge base for Minecraft or Minecraft modding. Whoa, crap. Hold on a sec. Flee, run, hide.
I made it back to here, Flea.
Yeah. I left my
You
corner
picked up seeds, didn't you?
Yeah, I left my corner fortune turned on. I picked up,
Stick them in the hopper.
I picked up a seed. I think. Yep, just one. Okay. Forgot. Sorry. Yeah. I would really love to get a Minecraft kind of a knowledge base of a lot of this stuff. I think it could be cool if we could assemble enough of a knowledge base that new modders could start going to that for some basic tips or how-tos or codes, reference code or stuff like this. We already have enough mod authors in the community that could act as mentors if they had such time available, et cetera, et cetera. I think it'd be a neat thing. It's just that's a big project.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a big project, and I think that whole time available thing has been one of the major blockers towards making it happen so far. But I do believe relevant people will be at South, so maybe there should be some conversations there.
I'm more than willing to spearhead that. I'm more than willing to start that conversation. Okay.
Over here.
Uh-oh. He's got stuff over here. What do you have over here? Oh, up. Oh, okay. There's stuff. What is this? 4K crafting.
Crafting storage.
1K crafting storage. Oh, okay. So, you had this downstairs one level, right, originally?
Yeah, it was dangling above the door. I've moved it into its proper position now.
Okay. So, yeah, I see nether quartz seeds and... Yeah, we do need more quartz, don't we? Certus quartz.
Very.
Uh-huh. Okay. Awesome. Geronimo! Okay. I really do appreciate everybody putting up with the various problems, the video delays. I do have content that I need to edit. If I can get some time later this evening or early tomorrow morning, I will edit and push something out onto the channel so that you don't think I'm dead. I have not forgotten about you, and it's not the whole burnout thing. It's just that I have this one impending problem that is fixing to destroy my Pride and Joy series, and I got to get it fixed. So, because if I don't get it fixed, it's going to take 12 other people down with it, which is awesome.
And that's the help here. It's not to mention the work done by the build team.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we have 2 or 3 or 4, depending on what time of the week it is. Build team people that have actually been putting a lot of work into a very special project you haven't even seen yet. That's a whole nother bag of worms. I was having to deal with Atomic Blom. He was doing some file stuff with me on the servers, and I had to send him an image, a backup of the server. And he is a viewer of Life in the Buffer, and he follows the actual series. And he said, okay, Dimension 3 is where Life in the Buffer is happening. What's Dimension 2? I was like, that's the secret project. And he was like, what do you mean secret project? And I had to tell him, I said, that's a secret project that is completely going to spoil the series if you go to it. And he had this, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God kind of moment. And yeah, it was funny, but it was also kind of, interesting to put in perspective that a lot of people are still waiting and wanting to see more of this. So yeah, I do appreciate everybody putting up with my rants this evening. I'm sorry that we could not, or at least I could not do something more than build a kind of a slightly wonky fishing shack. But yes. Cuts, what are your thoughts on doing a soft reset on ForgeCraft One? Like, not changing any of the mods, maybe updating stuff, but otherwise just resetting the server.
CPW wants at some point to do a proper reset of it, and I'm behind on doing ATG. I'm not sure how long that would last, simply because there's a desire to reset it properly for a new version.
Okay, well, that's
or that will be with 111.
Yeah, 111 is the thing where we're talking about moving to the possibility of the next reset being 111. But I don't think there's enough mods out for it yet.
Not really, no.
Yeah. Don't know. It's getting there. We'll see. Okay.
I have a feeling that the reset bug may be delayed a little bit by the starting up of the Sky Factory server.
That
Yes.
too.
Yes. Let's hope so. Let's hope it buys some more life. Okay. I hope everybody has a good evening. I was going to consider starting up live streaming tomorrow. Grimco Construction. Creative Building on Fridays. I can't because the one server I would be doing that on is sick and the other one is dead. So that's not happening. But keep your eyes open. I'll try to get some videos pushed out this weekend. I do have a lot of stuff that I need to do. I have more episodes of Astroneer. I actually do have another recorded episode of Life in the Buffer from last week that I need to put out. Like we recorded last week and put it out in the next week, but whatever. I'll catch you folks later. Have a good evening. Everybody that was in voice, Aerodani and Dragon Racer and Morvi and Mr. GTFT Cuts and Miss Moab. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out. I appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll see you folks later. Have a good evening. Bye.